honk if you like boobies and gas. I'm Jackie.
Who would have known a movie about pumping gas would blow ass? I'm Justin.
Pyramid fuel and service stations for people who just want fucking gas. I'm Sam, and this is 1979's Gas Pump Girls on Stinker Madness.
Hello and welcome to Stinker Madness, a movie about I don't know. I want to switch from Justin, Jackie, and Sam to I'm jealous of Dave Anthony's intros to the Dollop. I don't want to start defining myself in arbitrary and mundane ways. Like, I'm your host, Justin, assigner of chores, lounger of hot tubs, enjoyer of hot dogs.
Okay, I get to go next.
Okay.
I'm Jackie. Cross-stitcher, drunk, and likes corgis.
Actually, that's interesting. None of that's mundane, Jackie. You already blew it. Sam, go ahead.
Today, I am Sam, not taker of shower.
Ditto. It's Labor Day.
I showered.
I'm looking at my glistening hair in the Skype screen going, wow, I should really take a shower after the podcast.
It's Labor Day, so you're not supposed to shower. You're actually a goddamn commie if you shower. That's un-American, Sam. I'm reporting you to Joseph McCarthy for even thinking about it.
Okay.
I mean, I think all you do. What are you supposed to do on Labor Day,
You're supposed to not labor.
Right, but like, do you just stare at the TV that has nothing on it? Because it's not like there's football on or anything like that today. What are you supposed to do?
There's baseball all day.
Yeah,
and then
nobody watches that.
You barbecue hot dogs and hamburgers.
All right. Those are good. Those are good things. That's actually labor, though. So technically, you're blowing it by cooking.
As long as you're drinking on a school night because you got to work tomorrow. So light drinking cancels out the labor of the hot dogs and hamburgers.
Okay, all right. How about excessive drinking?
You're just gonna feel shitty tomorrow.
Okay, well that's what we do every day anyway. So I don't know about this whole Labor Day thing. I'm grateful for it. Thank you. I'm assuming Uncle Joe Biden invented Labor Day. I don't know if that seems dubious, but I'm gonna go with it.
I think he's too old for that.
Okay. Well,
he was already senile when they did it.
Yeah. Well, no. I mean, like, if he's old, so he would have, etched Labor Day in stone. I hereby declare.
No, he's too old for that. That's what I'm saying is that if Labor Day's been around for 100 years, he was already too old to invent it.
Okay. Pumping gas. Girls of pumping gas. On Amazon Prime from 1979. My first question to any of us, because I should have looked this up. When did the gas crisis end?
When Reagan became president and said it wasn't a crisis anymore.
Oh, okay. All right. So it was
that never really ended, Justin. We're in the middle of it still. True. Gas is $4 a gallon.
Yeah, it's not good. But
when the right guy's in the White House, he just says, "Ignore the new gas behind the curtain."
All right. So this is right in the middle of the gas crisis, 1979, for our younger audience, because I went to a festival recently and a bunch of people were asking a guy who had Ronald Reagan on his shirt, and he was like pissed off Ronald Reagan, and underneath it says "I smell hippies," and I was like, dude, that's a rad shirt. Everybody was like, who's that guy? I'm like, oh, fuck me. He was elected in 1980, so he was the president.
Did you ever see the W movie that Oliver Stone did?
No, I couldn't be bothered.
There was a thing. Richard Dreyfuss fucking killed it as Dick Cheney. Okay. And there was a very real Dick Cheney thing that they did in the movie where he solved the gas crisis. He's like, I'll solve the gas crisis. And he's like, and it's a conversation with him and Colin Powell. And Colin Powell's like, okay, so we invade the Middle East to get all this gas. When do we leave? And he goes, we don't. Mm-hmm. And that was Dick Cheney's answer to solving the gas crisis.
Nice. Good guy. He was a real good guy. Real hero.
Pragmatic.
Yeah.
Give him that.
Yeah.
Give him that.
That's the nice way of putting
it.
So
they asked for an answer. He had one.
Yeah. Okay.
Was it good? Nope. Was it practical? Kind of.
Could we?
Is it evil? Yes.
Could we grind up the bodies of our quote unquote civilian enemies and pump them into cars? Like, can we
turn them into like power bars or whatever and eat them or something?
Yeah, is that doable?
I don't know. There's somebody that's come up with that plan. I'm sure they probably got poo-pooed. Hopefully that's not what power bars are.
Probably Kissinger.
The ground bones of our enemies.
Yep. I guess talk about pumping gas girls.
Pumping gas girls. If you go onto the internet, there's a lot of films that come out around this time that are just attempts at comedy and titties. Mm-hmm. And a lot of people, especially with this one, I found it with this one more than even like Van Nuys Boulevard or Malibu Beach, which are actually before this one, which is fun for the later of this. There's a lot of people who are like, this is before Porky's, this is before Fast Times, this is really one of the ones that paves the way. Yes. This is an early sex comedy. So internet, here is time for a lesson, because there's some people on the internet that know this, but I'm seeing these sort of commentary enough that I've fucking had it at this point.
I've had it.
So, Publius Ovidius Naso, known by the pen name Ovid, was writing sex comedies around the time that BC was turning to AD and got exiled for it.
He was good.
By the Roman Empire.
He was good.
Yeah,
I liked it.
People loved it.
I liked it,
but it was risque.
I liked it when he worked with Roger Corman and Joe Biden. That was good stuff. Ovid. I
don't like Chaucer at all, but the Canterbury Tales are sex comedies.
Yeah, they got some titties in them.
For movies, Some Like It Hot is just boobyless versions of it's one of the greatest sex comedies ever. In fact, if you go to film school, you'll have to watch it, and they'll go, "Hey, stupid, this is the best one."
And Marilyn's,
you're like, that's really good.
Marilyn's pretty blousy in it either way, Sam. So
it's risque.
Yeah.
For the time, it's not a whole lot. It's funnier and hotter than this. Well, there's some pretty hot spots in this.
No, like
I'll get to her later.
Water is like a lump of meat in a pot of boiling water is better than this.
1967, The Graduate. Is it a sex comedy? Yes.
It's a dark comedy. That's not. It's not ha.
Oh, I laughed my ass off at a couple of parts in The Graduate. Okay. The Graduate's got some fucking knee slappers fall out of the chair.
Really?
And, it's either way. It's incorporating those things. There's all the... Russ Meyer has got the boobies going on before
Beyond
this.
the Valley of the Dolls.
It's not that funny, though.
No. But
in 1974...
It is my happening, and it freaks me out, man.
Yeah, in 1974, Jack Hill, who did Coffee and a number of other exploitation films that could be seen as quite feminine and empowering, did Swinging Cheerleaders, which is almost like what this is, but not, or what this is trying to do, but not quite. And these movies aren't the forerunner to Porky's. It's Animal House, you fucking morons!
Amen to that.
Are you fucking dumb?
Yeah.
Animal House!
Yeah.
Why are these movies there? Because Animal House happened and somebody's like, tits, cameras, grab them, go. How does the internet not know what fucking Animal House is?
Yeah,
or that other, like, the other stuff before it in the Animal House just sort of... Porky's also did it because with Van Nuys Boulevard, with Hots...
Hots, yeah.
With Sandy Johnson, who's in this, is also in Hots.
Night Shift Nurses, I would throw in there as well.
Night Shift Nurses that's more of a just exploitation film.
Yeah, but
there's not a lot of comedy. It's just boobies. That's the other thing is that there's been booby movies through the whole 70s. Yeah. And what are these?
At the end of the Hays Code, it was get your titties out.
Yeah, it was. But specifically, what was happening was they're like, oh shit, go do Animal House without writing, and they're like, we can't. That's actually what Animal House is like this other stuff that you want, but the writing is what makes it so good. Which Porky's and Revenge of the Nerds does the same thing that Animal House does. It has good writing. And what are they really doing? They're taking all the things about the Benny Hill show that were good, and they're making them into cohesive stories that can be told as a 90-minute feature film.
Yeah.
and that anyone on the internet thinks that this crap is a forerunner to anything just missed the fucking boat on that.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
Yeah, no.
I
disagree.
And out of the four of them, at this time, you've got Gas Pump Girls, Hots, and Van Nuys Boulevard and Malibu Beach, or the people on the internet are like, oh, this is before Porky's. I'm like, Animal House was before Porky's, you fucking idiots. These are the most haphazard of the bunch. That's why I wanted to pick one of them, and I got the best reviews out of this one, and I'm going to tell you right now, I think it's Hots. If you're going to watch any of the four, it's going to be Hots.
It's Hots.
But Hots isn't streaming to my knowledge. If it is, I fucked this week up. But I wanted to watch Gas Pump Girls anyway, and we got to watch it. Sandy Johnson, who's April in this, was a 1974 June centerfold.
Describe her.
That's the brunette.
She's the one that has the tits out most of the time, and they're pretty big for a very small girl.
Right.
Yeah. She did Playboy in 1974, and through 1979 did a number of booby movies. You'll also recognize her as being Judith Myers, the sister of Michael Myers and the first victim of Michael Myers.
Okay.
She did Playboy because her dad had cancer.
That's not going to help. I mean, that's not going to cure anything.
No, but they couldn't pay for the bills.
Ah, yeah, well, nobody can.
So she didn't mind doing the nude photo shoots, but she really hated doing the movies because there's 20 or 30 people and you're just walking around naked in front of them.
Yeah, yeah.
So around this time, he doesn't make it. And so she just quits and she's just out.
Okay.
So I think that's a pretty sad story.
Yeah, it's a little sad.
She's also stupidly hot, and there's a bunch of not naked that's just sort of candid, her and somewhat revealing, like, she's really hot. So hot that in 2008, do you remember the Burton Love snowboard series?
Definitely don't.
Okay. It was basically pornography on snowboards. She was the 2008, and it's her butt, and it's like, you motherfuckers better have paid her for that, because it's just her as a snowboard. Like the other loved ones, there's some artwork. What you're
talking about. I don't know.
Burton
if I
Snowboards did a love series, and some of it was very graphically inclined, and they used the graphics to hide the pornography, and there was multiple women, very good designs, very interesting. At the same time, are you going to ride down the mountain on that ship? What the fuck is that for? Hers is really just like, look how hot this lady is. We put her on a snowboard. So hopefully they paid her for that. I thought it was sad that she really loathed doing this, but just did it so that they could pay the bills.
Yeah. No, that's sad, but at least she got out, you know. There's a lot more sadder stories than that where somebody does something noble, like I'm putting myself through law school, and doesn't ever get out.
Sure beats working.
Yeah, I guess.
If you're not, but if you're like horrified and it's horribly embarrassing and you're getting anxiety in that, it's just not worth it.
Right? No, but she got out. So.
Beyond that, you've got a bunch of guys in here. This was directed and written by a guy who's a career editor. Surprise, surprise. Tits, cameras, go.
Right.
Animal House is eating our lunch. Well, you're not going to eat theirs with just tits and cameras. The Hunts Hall guy, I think he's the Uncle Joe. You've seen him in a million things. The Mafia guys, you've seen them in a million things. You got two guys that managed to kick around for a while, just looking sort of like Ron Howard.
Yeah, Ron Howard guys.
They had two Ricks that were like not Ron Howard. Right. Roger and... I wanted to be like Rick number 1, Rick number 2, and Rick number 3, but it wasn't that.
Yeah.
The other guy's name is... The brown-haired guy that's not Ron Howard is named Hal, and he doesn't get to be in it that much because he doesn't look enough like Ron Howard.
At the end of the credits, Jackie was like, who was Hal?
Who was Hal? Hal was the guy that was actually fixing the cars.
Yeah, I don't even remember him in the movie at all.
No, me neither.
He was the guy that when they first showed up to work for some nominal fee that is never explained, 7 days a week, probably 16 hours a day at a service station. He was the one wearing a jacket in L.A.
Oh.
You're like, wow. I remember you because you're a fucking doofus. It's like 90 out here. It's a varsity jacket. It's hot. Steve Bond, who's the leader of the Vultures. he's kicked around for a lot of years. Mostly is not. I don't know if he's not Michael Paré or if Michael Paré isn't him, because he was on General Hospital for quite a while, and so you're like, which one of you is more successful? I am not sure. And then you've got Ken Lerner from the Goldbergs and every other. And Ken Lerner's going to probably get to 200 credits at this point. That plays Pee-wee, but it's a very early appearance of Ken Lerner, and so yeah, that was kind of fun too.
Not Pee-wee. He doesn't play Pee-wee. He plays.
It's Pee-wee.
No,
It's the black-haired guy.
Pee-wee Herman. It's Paul Rubens.
I know. We got to dump one out for the homie.
Yeah, but he doesn't play Pee-wee. Paul Rubens plays
No,
Pee-wee.
Yeah, that's two different words. This is Pee-wee altogether.
Who's Pee-wee?
He's the black-haired motorcycle guy.
Oh,
who
his name in the movie is Pee-wee?
Is Pee-wee.
Yeah.
I had no idea that there was a Pee-wee in this movie. Didn't even, Hal
Well, you know
Pee-wee.
what's wacky about them, like, how did they get the Pee-wee thing, and how did they really, at this point, they should have changed his name, even if that was what it was written as, because the gal that's on the microphone, Ricky Marin, not her maiden name, that's Cheech Marin's wife.
Oh.
Who's really good friends with Paul Rubens and had Pee-wee doing the Pee-wee shtick in his career before this happens. So I find it odd that his wife is in this and somebody's trying to steal a Pee-wee shtick by spelling it different.
Yeah.
Like she didn't go, honey, they're fucking up the Pee-wee thing. And he's like, don't worry. Pee-wee's, Paul's got that one nailed down. Nobody's going to fuck it up for him. Don't you worry your pretty little head. Because they did, and boy, did he kill it for a lot of years. That's pretty much what I got on this, is that I got real steamed.
Because the internet's stupid.
By the internet, again, not knowing what Animal House is.
Jackie?
Or that not knowing what Benny Hill is, or anything that, like, it's all happening
on,
at the
Sam.
same time.
You're just going back down the same thing. Jackie?
Yeah.
Who's the hottest lady in this movie?
The brunette.
Okay. Who's that, Sam?
That is Linda Lawrence, Betty.
What'd she end up doing?
She won't ever get him out and has a 2-year career. So she probably married somebody super rich.
Yeah.
If I'm going to guess.
All right. Well, I was going to agree. Like, I thought she was very 70s pretty. I like her Farradeau. I'd probably say this all the time. Like, bring the Farradeau back. Let's get the big hair. If we're doing the mom jeans, which I don't like, guys, they look stupid. Let's get the big hair back. Why aren't we doing big hair anymore?
It's too hard.
It's really hard work. Like, how long do you think it takes to make a Farradeau, Jackie?
A long time.
Like, you get up in the morning. Are you even allowed to shower? Because your hair's going to get all fucked up. How long is it going to take for your hair to get all big again?
Well, some of that's hair pieces, too.
What? No, we're not talking about phony hair. We're talking about real hair, Jackie. Farrah Fawcett's hair. Give me a quote. Give me a timeline.
I don't know. It'd probably take you an hour.
Oh, man.
I think if you started with a shower, you're at least 2 hours to looking like Farrah with getting it dried and curled properly.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot to do every day. So maybe that's it. Everybody's just lazy now. Don't have time to look like Farrah Fawcett.
Everybody has time to look like Sinead O'Connor.
Right. Speaking of pouring one out from a homie. Yeah. Okay. I guess we're ready. I don't anything else you want to get started with, Jax?
Who was the most handsome man?
I think that history will tell us that it was Steve Bond because he had a career.
Yeah, I guess, but
And that's the leader of
and
the
honestly,
Vultures.
I mean, Ken Lerner's in there. The comedian guy, the guy that's got the face for comedy, he's in there for most handsome guy in this.
yeah, right. And it is Gargoyle show. I mean, get Ron Howard in here. He's better looking. That's saying something. Yeah, I'll get Clint. Get Clint Howard in here. He's better looking.
Yeah.
Doesn't even have fully functioning brain, according to the Water Boy. But yeah. All right, let's go. So, summer's out for the school. The kids are graduating. They're all going off to college, which is good for us because now we can safely infer that they're all 18. I always like it when that happens. Like you're telling us that the character is old enough to look at their boobs without creeping us out. Looking at you, Fast Times at Ridgemont High. And so...
Age of consent was 16 then.
I know, but
probably.
it's not for me.
It's just gross.
It's not for
just
me.
gross.
I don't want to, yeah. Not that the actor is underage. It's just that the character's underage. I don't like teenage sex.
The idea.
Yeah,
You don't want that part of the time capsule.
At this clunky gas station, we find Uncle Joe. Oh, and he is a really old guy who will later become president. I had to do it. Sorry, it's just too easy. I was sitting there. Uncle Joe. But he's Uncle Joe. He's got a dumpy gas station that's doing poorly. Nobody comes to it. His whole day is napping and chasing flies around.
It's a dump.
Yeah.
I would get gas across the street.
Probably.
Yeah, and the next gas station is across the street. Pyramid Gas is across the street.
And they've got
this is still in the time when, you know, somebody would actually come out and pump your gas
like a
and
staff of
wash your
guys.
windshield. And
what can I do for you today, sir? Well, I'd like you to fill her up.
You know, they tried to fill her up a couple times. It fell flat. At no point did they ever try the full service here. I mean, come on. That was low-laying fruit. You're trying to write jokes. It's the one that's in front of your fucking face.
Full service, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no shit, huh? No, yeah, well, the little nerdy guy's like, oh, I've been doing self-service my whole life. You know, yeah, it's sitting there. They didn't take it. All right, so he's not, Uncle Joe's not doing good. The gas station across the street is booming. They're a big major corporation affiliate or some shit like that. I don't know. And yeah, that's the premise that we're set up with. And then let's get to some characters. We've got the Vultures. They're a biker gang who I'm assuming has recently graduated high school.
They're last year's graduates, and they just haven't been able. They got nowhere else to go.
Yeah, they're too lame for college chicks, so they still just are creeping around the high school trying to. I don't even know what their motivation is. Are they like, yeah, society sucks, and we're gonna burn the whole place down, or are they those guys that are like, let's go to the high school dance and see if anybody will go home with us?
That's what it is, and also like they just have no place. They weren't able to gain employment. They just have their biker gang, and they're really just lost souls.
They're really
fucking losers.
They're real losery losers. I mean,
they're losers.
These guys suck. I mean, they're not counterculture. They're not rebellious. They're not even involved in crime. They're just fucking tools.
Mm-hmm.
They're bums.
They're bums. They're tools.
They probably still live with their parents.
They don't.
They don't. They have no place to
live
go.
On the streets. We see it in the movie.
Fucking bums.
They're like, also will be the night watchman. Like they really did want jobs. Like at the first opportunity, he's like, okay, quit being dickheads, guys. This is opportunity knocking on the door, dick faces. Let's go. They're like, we just need you to be driving the tow truck. We're going to paint it for you. Also, we're the night watchman. Like they just had nothing.
And then we've got this group of gals. There's 5 of them, besties, I guess. I don't know what their connection is, other than that they're recent grads. Six of them.
There's 6 women because we have a mathematical coupling, which is a thing that must happen in this brief period of years where movies were not Animal House.
Except for Hal.
We also got to go, hey, they gave us tits at 6 minutes on the nose.
Oh, I haven't even got to that. Oh, okay. I'm still like...
We haven't even got that?
Yeah. 3 of these girls have boyfriends, right? Or 2 of these girls?
1 of these girls has a boyfriend. Okay. It's Roger, not Rick, number 1.
Mm-hmm. And that's pretty much
not Ron Howard.
That's our cast of gas station pump ladies. But they're graduating, and while the principal is giving them a very boring and I don't know, I guess this is probably the most accurate part of the whole movie. is the principal's graduation speech, and what they're everybody's falling asleep. Well, Booger, I don't even know what his fucking name is.
Pee-wee.
Oh, god damn it. He crawls up on stage and slips through the chairs and I guess latches the bottom of the ladies' robes to their chairs somehow.
It's the first of many heists that Pee-wee is responsible for. This is the booby heist.
Yeah, I guess. It's sexual assault, isn't it?
Yeah, it is now.
I don't know what else other crime you would label at it, but he forced these women to get naked against their will. I mean,
yeah, and this definitely would be prosecutable as a sexual assault now.
Yeah. But they all stand up and they didn't bother to wear clothes underneath. They're not naked. You don't do that. You wear dress underneath.
I think that probably was a thing back then because when I graduated, they were like, all right, unzip your robe. We need to make sure you have clothes on underneath there.
Why wouldn't you wear clothes under there?
Because people would flash.
Yeah.
This is like years off of the streak. He's like, I'm going to get their clothes off. And they're like, we were going to do that anyway.
Huh. That did not happen at Sam and I's high school.
It's also the reason why they don't actually give you the diploma when you walk through. They give you an empty placard. And then they mail you the diploma because if you do anything tawdry, then they can withhold your high school diploma.
Better not get those cans out.
I stepped on my own robe and tripped and fell down when they called my name. But because I could tell what was happening, I turned it into a sweet battle roll and popped right up, grabbed the fake diploma and gave the crowd the finger gun. And nobody fucking liked it. I was like, you people are stiffs.
The irony, the reason they didn't like it, Sam, is because you also weren't wearing clothes. And when you stepped on your robe, it came off and everybody saw your weird junk.
No, I was wearing shorts. It was hot that day.
He saw your boobies. Okay. I didn't know not wearing clothes under your robe was a thing. That is strange to me. But
the streak was still big in 1978, right?
I would say college, but high school? Gee, man.
In the mid 70s, I don't know. Supposedly, the tale is my Uncle Matt did the streak at the grand opening of the very first Taco Bell.
Okay. How old was he?
Got to be early 20s to pull that shit off, right?
That makes sense. But like high schoolers? And what are you going to do, Flash? Like, oh, we don't want you... Well, we don't want your boobies coming out. You're just sitting there in front of your parents and you pop a titty out? Is that what the game is? That doesn't make any sense. Jackie, this is your theory.
Drugs.
Yeah, it's drugs. This is also a time of a lot of drugs. And to Sam's, that seems normal comment from Justin about a guy streaking at a Taco Bell. That does not seem normal. Like, yay, tacos, get my wiener out.
Was he wearing roller skates by chance?
No, but he was renowned for his bravery. He didn't run. He would calmly walk. He just kind of strut through there naked.
Okay. All right.
Sometimes he was on LSD, allegedly.
All right.
Oh, my God.
Either way. Yeah, so, all right, we get some boobs. Great. Everybody's the ladies go back in the locker room, and Betty's like, that was bullshit. You can't do that because you're giving men something for free. And the only way that you can get these guys is to hold it back and, play hard to get. Make them work for it. And it's like, dude, those guys just sexually assaulted you. And you're like, that's not how you get those boys. Fuck those boys.
Her lecture for Thirsty Bitch 101.
Right. For the vultures. Like, you're never going to find a good vulture if you do it that way. How about no vultures?
Yeah. Which also she didn't mention specifically. April was just like, everyone was looking at me and I liked it. Which is actually the exact opposite of what happened to her in real life.
Right. Yeah, that's a good point.
Yep, that's what I was going to bring up too, Sam.
No shit. Yeah, that's... Okay. All right. So that happens. Now they're having the school dance. The very adult men the vultures, they're outside. They're creeping around, looking in the windows, and I just still not sure what their game is, but they're being super losers. When in steps Roger and June? Is it Roger going out with June?
Yeah, Roger and June have a bit of a kerfuffle with the vultures and then go inside, but then later will be on the way there.
Yeah, but the vultures...
All of the high school dudes are just fucking wimps.
Oh, yeah, totally.
They're Ricks.
Yeah, they're total Ricks.
They're all Ricks.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Because...
It was just disgusting.
The vultures, the only thing that's stopping the vultures from continuing their mayhem is a young Mitch McConnell. It was nice seeing him.
I mean, he doesn't really stop them, though.
he puts a little baton in front of him, and they're like, "Oh, thwarted by Mitch McConnell." Guy looks just.
You still gave him a few on the way out, though.
Yeah, you can't intimidate that guy. He never freezes. Too soon? Anybody? You guys know that Mitch.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay.
Sorry, I just Mitch McConnelled for a minute.
Yeah. Oh.
Oh.
Too soon again? Is that too soons? Sorry, Mitch. We hope that you're healthy and
hoping for the best for one of the only guys in Washington that will actually make a fucking deal.
Yeah, well, it's a good one. I don't know. Either way, so the guys are out with the gals and they're running low on gas and they're like, "Oh my gosh, we have just enough gas to make it to finger your butt point." How'd that happen? And the girls are like, "No, we're stopping for gas at my Uncle Joe's gas station." Dang it.
Even though we were already where we were going a minute ago.
But dang it, what about finger your butt point? Dang, never get to go
there. They don't know about that, and I have evidence in a minute.
Okay, all right. So they stop at Uncle Joe's, and they talk like, "Hey, Uncle Joe, how's it going?" And he's like, "The ticker and this, and I've got gangrene and malaria and any other weird disease that doesn't really affect guys of my age." "Oh, well, hope you feel better, Uncle Joe."
And she gets out and pumps her own gas.
Yeah. "Oh, you don't let the boys see you doing that."
No, that's what Bitchy Blair says.
Yeah.
Why not?
Thirsty Betty.
Yeah. How are you going to get to school?
You can get stuff for free.
Back on. So they take off. Like nothing happens there. Is this where Roger and June go to make out?
I guess they go to somewhere else that's not the dance, and they just disperse.
It's in front of her house.
And then he brings her to her house, and he's like making out with her, and he's like, "We could never see each other again." And she's like, "Okay, well, bang me." And then he's like, "Oh my God, I might never see you again." And he gets super fucking depressed. Evidence to that he doesn't know where finger, butt, point, or whatever your oil check joke was. He just starts staring at the fucking road ahead. And she's like, "Okay, Roger, see you tomorrow."
See you tomorrow. But we'll never.
Oh my God, life is oppressive and scary.
Okay. Well, later, she walks into the house and she steps on a cat. That was kind of weird. The cat's voiced by a man. Oh! And the phone rings. And Uncle Joe is dying, quote unquote. It's not looking good for Uncle Joe. And there's some gags about Uncle Joe's health, but they're stupid. Basically, he had a mild heart attack.
Yeah. The best joke in the movie is when they ask the doctor what's wrong, and he's like, "I got a crick in my neck that just won't go away."
Oh.
And then gives it the long beat. And he's like, "Oh, you mean with the dying guy? Yeah. Heart attack."
I also liked in this scene when they all go to surround the bed, right? And they're, "Oh, Uncle Joe." And then the son-in-law goes to go try to pick up Uncle Joe's uniform. And he's like, "You don't touch my uniform."
Yeah.
Like, what do you want that for?
What was that? He was like pilfering his hat. Like, I've been waiting a long time for this. The day that Uncle Joe is finally down and I can get his hat.
I think what he was trying to do was he was just going to be like a decent brother-in-law or brother. You never really know if it's the sisters or the brothers or a brother-sister situation here. But he's just going to, on the sly, like, grab that and, like, get somebody or himself into the service station. And Uncle Joe's like, I'm not dead yet. I can work tomorrow even though I had a heart attack.
Oh, so you think the brother was going to, like, hey, I'm still working here, just like June does later, and I'm the plot of this movie, except for I don't have tits.
Yeah.
So get out of here.
I think the brother-in-law was desperate for a job, and he's like, now is my chance. I am going to be gainfully employed at the gas station.
Finally, Uncle Joe would never hire me.
He just reeks of, like, middle management. He does way better than Uncle Joe.
I'll prove you wrong, Uncle Joe. You've doubted me this whole time, made fun of my heritage and my family tree, but I'm going to show you I can run a gas station dressed like you. Hey, put that down.
He probably has an adult bed,
Right.
whereas Uncle Joe does not. Or they just put him in some child's bed for heart attack purposes.
Yeah, so they have to sell the gas station. It's not looking great. Everybody's depressed, especially June, who visits the gas station, kicks some cans around, and then, oh my God, sings a song. What the fuck?
What the actual fuck?
What the fuck?
No, I thought the best part about this is when she was sitting there and then Justin goes, if only.
Right.
And then she did it at the same time, and it was super creepy.
Because
and he's like,
I was
oh my
making
God.
a joke. I was making a joke. The music was starting to swell. And I'm like, okay, I'll sing this fucking sad, the gas station's closing and I have no place to go song for her. I was just riffing. And then all of a sudden she does it for me. And I'm like, this is a fucking, this is a titty movie. Who asked for this? Bunch of dudes that are be like, hey buddies, let's go to the drive-in at midnight and see a titty movie or pull this off the shelf. And then all of a sudden June's singing fucking like, the theme from Cats? What the fuck?
What the fuck? And also, no other musical numbers after this.
But the
then it's just random
threat was
songs.
always there, Sam. You can't do that in a titty movie.
There's other people on the internet that are like, this has got it all. It's got the fun. It's got the zingers. It's a musical. I'm like, one song does not a musical make. Come on now.
No, but imagine you're there with your buds, like, pull this off the shelf. You never heard of it. Oh man, the cover art of this has got some cans and some butts and some butts. Pop it in, and you're just sitting there like with your buddies expecting some laughs, and then you get fucking
Memories.
Right. He's all supposed
I could be in
Who
Cats.
is this for?
It's not for anyone. Some guy was like, saw the returns on Animal House, probably never even saw Animal House, fell out of his chair, spit coffee in the air, and said, cameras, tits, go!
And songs. Sad ladies.
He found out that they were trying to pull a musical. He was like, no more musical numbers. Those are expensive. It's just a girl in front of a fucked up gas pump. It can't cost that much.
Okay. Excuse me.
I also like that the gas pumps are Hebron.
Yeah.
Like they just scraped off the sea.
Right. Yeah.
I watched through the credits and they left a lot on the floor. There's some people that didn't get credited. If I was going to make a guess what happened here is, and even though it's June, the actress is Kirsten Backer, I would actually guess it was Ricky Marin that did the song, if that's what happened. Okay. If they recorded this for the movie.
It's a theme song at the end of the movie as well, so.
Got to use it twice.
Yeah.
It costs too much.
All right, so she's sad, and she sings a song about if only her friends could be together, and it's like, dude, Uncle Joe dying has nothing to do with your friends being together, whatever. And it dawns on her. She gets light bulb over her head. So the next morning, the girls are all there. They're cleaning up the gas station. They're sweeping up, and across the street, Mr. Friendly, I don't know if he's the owner of the gas station or the manager or what his deal is, but he's the top cheese at corporate gas across the street.
He's like the manager of the Pyramid gas station because of what happens later.
Yeah, but he seems very invested as well. But either way, he's like, ha 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 ha, oh, ho, 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 ho. Ladies can't run a gas station. Ho, 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 ha, ha, ha.
Did you notice that he had like a 24 by 36 framed picture of J. Edgar Hoover's face on his wall?
I didn't.
Yep.
Holy shit. That's not a good sign.
Nope. It's like the guy with the gun on his desk.
I've got an open door policy. Come on in here and talk to me whenever you want. No, I'm good.
Yeah, I had a fucking boss that did the gun thing, but it was like an M6. There was like an M16 clone that had been converted to 22, and you're like, that's not intimidating. That's fucking stupid.
You're gonna blow your arm off with that thing, dipshit.
What the fuck? A 22?
Or
fuck off.
Put a hole in a couple cans at least. But okay, so the first customer pulls up. I'm gonna call him Sweaty Phil, who then proceeds to make a plethora of sexual innuendos regarding cars.
His ball joints.
Yeah. Hey, ladies.
This was bad because it didn't make any sense. No. This is the first instance of this movie not knowing how cars work.
Not at all.
The lube valves are dripping all over the crankshaft is one of the things he said. And either way, it lights June's light bulb again, and then she calls Roger to come work for her.
Oh, shit, we don't know shit about fuck. We gotta get the boys over here, because boys are automatically good at mechanicking. There's, like, no, preface that Roger or the boys know shit about cars. They don't have, I mean, they've got a huge car, but it's not like, oh, we fixed this thing up. You know, that's what we do.
I think in the late 70s, if you had a used car, you better know how to fucking work on them.
Yeah, but it's just a big assumption for the movie. It's just give us like
sure,
a little,
sure.
Just a tiny bit of exposition instead of just assuming. Anyway, so the dudes show up. For the next like 30 minutes, there's a bunch of just gas station sexual frustration. The dudes are staring at the butts. The customers are coming in. They're all staring at the butts. Everybody's got their eyeballs on the butts, and nobody's doing anything about these butts.
And they hook up a large...
City.
Yeah.
There's underboob city is happening here. There's a lot of underboob.
And they set up a loudspeaker and talk dirty to guys driving by.
Come on in.
To drum up business.
Yeah, you're doing a nice job there.
Mention that Rick 2, when he first shows up, sprays gas all over himself because of a butt.
And then he immediately got lit on fire by the amount of people smoking around these goddamn gas pumps through the whole fucking movie.
He's flammable. Also, even if he was to go strip down, throw those clothes away, because you can't put that in the washing machine anymore, probably, he's going to smell like gas for like 3 days.
Yeah. He's got to have gas.
Do you think gasoline burns your sack? I've never sprayed my crotch down with gasoline.
Like, I mean, man, that's a dangerous place to get gas. You don't want gas on you, man. Gas is bad shit. Like, it's not good. Like, I mean, you die if you swallow it. So, you know.
The smell is a dead giveaway that it's bad stuff.
Yeah, God, you smell like gasoline. Okay. All right. Then the boys pull this car in for a brake tightening.
A brake tightening.
Got to tighten up the brakes. How do we do that? Like, is there a cinch? Can we belt it down? Like, how do we tighten brakes? They don't have nuts. It's not like you pull it.
I mean, you do when you do drum brakes. You have to re-snug them up, but I'm pretty sure you don't call it brake tightening.
All of it. If you take the drum off, you are replacing all of the components.
Yeah,
you don't
properly.
You don't. There's nothing to tighten up. Like, you don't. No, you replace all. It doesn't make any sense. Anyways, so where the fuck am I? they put him up on the rack because I guess he's going to do some pumping of the brakes, which is or it's bleeding. It's brake bleeding.
The brakes
they said
would be
bleeding.
what he'd be doing.
Yeah. And so one of the boobs is in the back. She crawls up front. And he's like, "Oh boy, boobies!" And I think she gives him a PJ up there, and then snowballs him.
Mm-hmm.
So that's cool.
And now he thinks that's what sex is because he's never had it before.
That's what his
and
face
he's telling
looks
his friends about it, like he knows later. He's like, I know all about sex. That's where a woman gives you a fellatio and then she puts all of your semen in your own mouth. That's good stuff.
That's what sex is. That's back and forth.
Sex,
boys. That's how it is. I'm a man now. Good luck to you. And he's up there. They're like, okay, are we ready to come down? And he's like, no, I've got to make you do a bunch of shit while I'm getting head, and it's stupid. Like, change the oil, derust the laminator, put more blinker fluid in it. Just stupid, dumb shit. Anyways, it wasn't funny. So now, because of the PA system and because of these tits, Mr. Friendly is like, these guys are doing too good of a job. I'm going to bring in the fucking mob.
Yeah. These guys are getting some customers, but everybody else that just wants fucking gas is coming here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, right.
Do you think I'm burning a question.
It gets worse.
Would he even notice this little 2-pump job next door?
Well, the PA system.
Yeah, but they're not going to
financially
really affect his business at all.
No, but the movie tells us that it does.
In fact, he would be just like, this guy, he's got J. Edgar Hoover on his wall. He seems like a creepy fucking asshole. He's just binocking it half the day, looking at titties.
Yeah.
He loves it.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Wouldn't have it any other way.
Yeah. Because, you can't get, it's a tiny gas station that they're working at. You couldn't get, obviously you can't get a semi-truck in there. Obviously you can't get, an RV or even just, a very full-size. This is 79. We had big-ass fucking vehicles in 1979. Yeah. This is just for, commuter guys, the gas station.
And this is for dirty perverts that want to oogle young girls.
Yeah, it's not a threat,
and everybody else is going to the gas station across the street.
Yeah.
Yeah,
because they don't have to wait in line.
Teenagers with no money. Basically, all the business that he doesn't want is across the street, and he gets to oogle tits. Do you think this guy would have no problem with this?
Yeah, this isn't a threat. But do you think that the pump gas girls business model anybody ever try the Hooters?
They've tried it with coffee stations and wings. Of course they've done this.
Hooters.
Yeah, but that's not. I'm saying I've never heard of it before. Would it work? And if it had happened, clearly it didn't work. So
it seems like it's the centerfold every once a year in any of those magazines was gas pump themed.
Yeah, it's true.
It had to have happened.
The
bikini car wash is still a deal.
Yeah. Maybe we're missing out on some sweet money. Gas station money.
Well, the problem is that nobody wants their gas pumped. True. It takes too long. Yeah. It's like when you go to Oregon and you get out of the car and you're like, oh fuck, that's right. I'm in Oregon. I have to sit here and wait for somebody qualified to pump my gas.
Or I might explode. I might do it wrong.
Mm-hmm. And if you talk to somebody who lived their entire life in Oregon, they actually think pumping gas is dangerous.
Yeah, you can't do it on your own. You need a professional. And then, if you do it on your own in Oregon, they're not happy. They are
No, you can't. You're not allowed. They will fucking throw shit in, get out of here. They're like, you have to let me do this. It's the law. We'll both be arrested if you don't get back in your car.
We're all gonna die.
We're all gonna die.
Amateur at the gas station.
Out. They got rid of that, I guess, a few months ago. Fucking finally.
God, so stupid. So dumb. Okay, so where the fuck am I? The vultures, they're bored. They're like, we ain't got shit to do right now because we're bums. Let's go down to the gas station, fuck with shit. So they go down there and they're just they knock over the trash. They're being general douches. They're like rubbing up on the ladies, and the boys are like, well, we can't do anything about it. We're a bunch of pussies, even though we've got weapons everywhere. A shop is a deadly place to try to, like, well, let's go kick over their trash. You get a fucking breaker bar to the back of your head, dum-dum.
Yeah.
I mean, at this point, Julie, or June.
They all have month names except Betty and Jane. I don't really understand that, but I guess they were like, we ran out of month names.
Yeah, so June is the only one with a set of balls on her that's like, hey, fuck off.
Hey, you guys, stop it. They're like, no.
And then she's like, do you know how to drive that truck?
Yeah, kind of.
You want a job?
Oh, God, really? Boys, we got a future.
It's like, yeah, just if you could do some towing for it. Don't worry, we got it painted. We're going to be the night watchman. Everything is A-okay now.
Yeah, it's so dumb. They're
part of the team now.
Everybody hates them to now they're part of the team in like 2 seconds.
2 seconds.
It's amazing. So the mob finally shows up, and they're there to shut the place down. And meanwhile, the vultures aren't there because they're doing repos?
No, they're towing cars that need repairs.
But why are they being all secretive about it?
Well, it's stupid because they have a key. They've obviously been hired. And the one douchebag is like, I don't need a key. I've got a coat hanger. I also do abortions on the side.
Oh, boo.
Boo.
Boo. And Pee-wee...
He's just being cool, and he's like,
no, you're wrong,
old habits die hard.
Pee-wee is on lookout. Pee-wee is standing around looking for the owner. Like, they're jacking the car.
They don't. They have the license plate number and the keys. They're going to bring it back for repairs. Another reason why the gas station guy across the street wants nothing to do with shutting these people down is they actually have to fix fucking cars, and he does not want to be doing that at his service station.
Yeah, that's a good point. Anyway, so they're out on and while the mob's there, and I don't know one of her names. She puts them on the PA system while they're in there hassling her and saying that they're gonna fucking blow her brains out. And the vultures pull in, and they have a plan. And so the plan is get your tits out.
Mm-hmm. It works perfectly in Malibu Express.
Just get your tits out. So they do. And the mob guys are like, Gurr! And then they get bonked. And I assume that they are both dead.
No, I think they're just fired.
Oh.
From being too old and shitty. Like, you boys are past the hill. You just got taken down by the honeypot. Sorry, your ass is gone.
I don't know if you've seen Donnie Brasco, Sam, but that's not how you'll retire from the mob. You don't get fired from the mob. Well, you do.
If you go down to the honeypot, you're not worth the cheap bullets.
But Joey, what's his name? Luca Brasi sleeps with the fishes, Sam.
Yeah.
That's what happens when you get fired. These guys, if they like, well, we fucked that up. Sorry about it. We're just too old. We like titties. Okay, why don't you hop in the car for a ride? We're going to go uptown. Wait, why are we stopping at this bridge?
Or they're just shitty mob pretending guys that drink at the same bar as Mr. Friendly. And he hires them, and they suck at it. And the next time they're there, they're like, really sorry about that. And they buy him a drink, and then they talk bullshit again.
So we going to the horse track next week?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess you guys are not good at the criming. He does say he's gonna fucking shoot her in the back of the head, though. Like, turn around, I can't look at your pretty blues while I do this.
While I shoot you in broad daylight in a room full of windows. Yeah. No, they drink at the bar with Friendly.
I don't know if he was going to shoot her at that point because he was like, I'm going to give you something to remember me by.
Yeah, he was going to kiss her, he said.
I feel like he didn't even really have a gun.
He might not have had a gun.
I don't think he did.
Okay, all right. Yeah, maybe they weren't mob guys. They thought they were pretending to be mob guys, but either way. Yeah, so they're gone. Now it's time for the gas station to have a party, because that's what happened
a dance.
at gas stations. 8-night parties.
Gas station dance.
After we murdered those two assholes.
Yeah.
And they have balloons and streamers.
So
And
they
it's-
lifted whatever cash the two guys had on them.
To Party Express. All right. And Pee-wee, he ends up making out with the nerdy girl, the shy girl, who her character arc never fucking went anywhere. That was weird.
Did they any of them?
No,
really?
but, like-
they just pair up at this point.
She was never,
And-
you can tell she was not, like, at the beginning of the movie, she's like, oh, I'm Ugly Betty. And you can tell she's not. And so I thought that there was going to be, like, some fucking walk down the stairs and Freddie Prinze Jr. was going to take you to the high school dance type thing. But that never happened. Like, she never took off her glasses and was pretty. She was just,
She got the high beams out pretty good in this scene.
yeah. That was just weird. So
If any of these people end up staying married for the rest of their lives, though, it's these two.
okay,
Yeah.
I'll buy that for $1. So after the party, the dudes are just hanging out, the vultures, getting rid of the riffraff, when up comes some kid and they're like, get out of here, kid. We're going to kill you. I want a job here. No. Hey,
No.
what? Why does this scene exist?
Why does this scene exist?
It's so dumb and serves no purpose.
We did skip over the fact that they have their own song that is, ooh, hey, your mom. What the fuck?
Do up.
No, they're doing
Your mom is a doo-wop.
They're doing the
Ooh, way, your mom.
they're doing the doo-wop from Why Do Fools Fall in Love? And they're saying your mom is a whore. A hooah. Because they're going hooah, hooah. Your mom is a hooah. It's really
Okay.
fucking stupid. And I
Yeah.
want
I
them to
didn't
stop.
get that at all.
I want them to finally explode that whole gas station while they're on watch duty from lighting cigarettes next to a gas pump and, like, burn in horrible fashion in front of my eyes.
Yeah. Cut to the next scene. Tuesday afternoon fever.
God damn it. Okay, will I just get some gas? Seriously?
Yeah, across the street where everybody's getting their gas.
No, I have to take
You
a
guys
left.
are doing great.
I have
They're
to-
doing great.
I have to take a left to turn into there. Can I just... This is a right turn. I'm late for work. Can I fucking get some goddamn gas and not the singing and dancing bullshit? No, sir, you're going to have to get out of your car and clap in unison as we fucking shake our asses in front of your Chrysler.
Mm-hmm.
And what kind of dancing is this where the guy's like limbo,
Mm-hmm.
you know, like shaken, but he's like bent over in half
Mhm.
with his sack out, and it was just like, what are you doing?
I think you know what he's doing.
He's doing the sack dance.
He's doing the sack
Yep.
dance.
He's peacocking.
Yeah.
It was gross.
I actually thought they
But
were
they're
both
in
fine
love
dancers.
now.
Yeah, they're in love. And she's not even, she went and got dressed out of her I pump gas in Hooters outfits to her shitty Olivia Newton-John outfit.
Yeah.
Like, you guys don't pump gas here, do you? No.
No.
How do you
No,
make
we-
money then?
But they fix a lot of cars.
But they stopped doing that because they're too busy. The fucking shop base
Nope.
filled with speakers and
Nope.
that's where the fucking
Hal-
party keg is.
Hal is nowhere to be found. He's in the garage fixing cars.
Guys, can I come out now? Nope, keep working, Phil. Poor bastard. Oh my god. All right, so Mr. Friendly, he's like, I can't take it anymore. These guys are killing me, what with their dancing and stealing my business, which doesn't make any fucking sense. I gotta call HQ. So he calls HQ, he gets a hold of the boss of petroleum, whatever, and PPP. And he's like, and the boss is like, don't worry, we'll handle it. Also, the boss has belly dancers. His
Yep.
personal assistants are belly dancers.
And I don't know if you guys picked up on this, but when the secretary answers the phone call, it is that Egyptian do 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 do.
No, I don't know what that is. Do do
Anyway.
do. Unfamiliar. Okay, so what he does is he cuts off their gas supply because
They're selling the same gas?
Uncle Joe's Super Duper Gas Mart has the same gas supply as the giant corporation with the branding of the gas supply. So wait, you're both getting the same fucking gasoline?
It said Hevon on their pumps and Pyramid on his. They should be getting their gas somewhere else.
Oh, man. Well, wait, what? Mr. Supplier of our gas, that's the same as our competitor across the street who hates us. You're going to cut off our supply? Well, that's the last time we do business with you. Wham. Beep, 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 beep,
She doesn't bother.
Hello, other major gas supplier for the entire nation. I would like to buy some gasoline. Problem solved. Goodbye.
Like, oh, we can switch you over. You even get free signs.
Right.
Oh,
hey.
how nice.
Well, that sounds good. Posters, too. And you guys will give us a discount on the oil that you're going to provide for our oil changes? This is a much better deal.
I was really disappointed with this whole plot because I thought when the guy was like, we'll take care of it, and I was set up to either have one belly dancers at the competing gas station, right?
Right.
Or middle-aged women that were passing out cookies with every fill-up.
See, I would then go to that gas station. I would probably try all three. Let's be honest.
Yeah, he's like, we got a problem. You need to squeeze them out of product. And he's like, well, they're just going to get it somewhere else. Let me call the Catholic Women's League. Yeah. They will shut that shit down in 10 minutes.
Yeah, no kidding. Let's get Tipper Gore on the phone. So they're like, oh, we don't have any gas now. We can't do our not serving gas up scheme.
Well, now they're addicted to the life, Justin,
right, that's
of
true.
Dancing in the parking lot, men coming and oogling them. You know, this is every high school graduate's dream.
Yeah, it's not about Uncle Joe anymore.
No.
It's about...
They're like, what are we going to do? And Hal walks out of the garage and he's like, I'm making 10 to 1 in this garage and the tow truck business is doing fine. Just call somebody else for gas. We really don't even make that much off the gas.
No, we were wrong. There's something going on, so we're going to hatch a plan to steal that guy's gas.
Heist number 2.
And this is the dumbest fucking heist ever. At night, they run a big long hose. Where they got that fucking hose, I don't know. But they run this giant fucking, 500-foot long hose across the goddamn road. Nobody goes, hey, what's that hose the next day? And they pull up and do their, we're hot chicks distraction while they siphon gas while they're filling up. And they get 200 gallons of gas? Oh, great job,
they
guys.
Got 140 gallons, because I counted, 140 gallons of each variety.
Okay.
Which will probably have them back in business for 4 hours.
For about 4 hours.
I noticed that they were back in business for about 4 hours, so at least the movie got that right.
Wow, we didn't think this one through. All that gas we stole was like 6 fill-ups.
Mm-hmm.
This is the 70s. The cars are huge. They have 30-gallon gas tanks. You idiots. We're going to get all the gas we'll ever need. Is a quote from this movie for this heist. They do not.
Nope.
It's so stupid. Well, I guess so. They're screwed again, and June is like, we can't get defeated. We win-win for the Gipper. We're gonna go in there and clear out those Nazis, Berlin, and they're like, yeah, rally.
And Hal's like, we got trucks to tow. Somebody get in here in the garage and help me fix these cars. We don't need the gas at all. Fuck the gas.
So she goes over while Mr. Friendly's tanks are getting filled up, and she talks to Sam, the gas deliverer. I don't know what you call those truckers.
Did you recognize that guy?
No.
He's Sugar Man from Coffee.
Oh, okay. Cool.
I like to mention. I got to mention Coffee twice in this episode. So
I've never seen Coffee.
That's pretty fun.
it's a good one.
Yeah. So he's like, "Look, honey, I know you got screwed. Here's the deal. The boss shut off your fuel supply, and so I can't give you any gas." And she's like, "Well, you got to help us, Sam." And he's like, "Follow me to the refinery out of town."
Your gas pumps say Hevon on them. Did you try to call them?
So they drive to this refinery. They're immediately turned away at the gate. And they're like, "No, what do we do? I've got another fucking plan." Oh my God, is it going to suck as the previous like 6? So they pretend to be visiting Arabian oil sultans.
With a police escort.
A police escort. Of riding choppers.
Impersonating an officer.
Yeah, so they're committing a huge felony by impersonating an officer. I mean...
all the girls are now have these elaborate belly dancer costumes. Like, who had those just laying around?
Yeah, right? So I'm assuming they jacked those off as they bonked the bosses, because they're the same costumes, Jackie, because this movie didn't have the budget for multiple belly dance costumes. I don't even know why the belly dancers were in the first freaking scene when we get the boss, just because it's funny. Anyways, so they probably assaulted those ladies and stole their costumes, and they might be dead too. So that's like 6 murders these kids committed. They get into the boss's office. They're just going, well, you're an oil tycoon. You must be, because you are dressed like a sheik. Come on in. We don't need... This man is the sheik. Yeah, so are those other guys and everybody that comes here. You say you're the sheik, you get in.
Yeah, so the 3 gentlemen that are leaving the offices, they're going in, say, if that guy's a sheik, I'll eat my camel.
We ate your camel
because he has a camel and not like the
car.
stuff people have in Dubai.
Yeah. You have a bunch of Lamborghinis. You don't have any camels. Could you get me a camel to eat? Yes, we could do that, sir.
Yeah. I don't know if you think they're good to eat?
Camels?
Yeah.
Tastes like chicken. Very, very watery. It's like crab. It's like
I would
frog
think
legs.
that they would be really tough.
Yeah, probably really tough. I don't know.
Yeah, I wouldn't eat camel.
I wouldn't eat camel. If somebody put it in front of me, I'm going to put it in my mouth, though. I'm like Charlie Day, or Charlie on Sunny, not Charlie Day. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't sound good, but I'll do it. So they go in there, and they're like, you thought we were sheiks. We're actually teenagers. And he's like, oh, God damn it. Well, there's no supply, ladies. It's tough all over. We're all making cuts. Just go away. And they're like, oh, but Uncle Joe, and sob story. And they tell him the entire plot of the movie. And he's like, my God, that's the saddest and stupidest thing I've ever heard. I have no choice but to provide you guys with gas, because if you don't, you will all end up on the street someday, thus further ruining the state of America. And I can't let that happen to our further generations, because you guys are morons.
No, that is not what happens.
No, he doesn't do that.
Happen,
he does something even dumber.
Yeah, if they tell him the plot of the story, he should be like, God have mercy on your souls.
Weeping oil executives.
Yep.
That's a thing.
So sad.
That no one has ever said. Ever.
I never meant to hurt anybody. You don't know what it's like to be an oil executive and have, the president, trying to run the economy, and he doesn't have any real power, and everybody hates you because the gas prices are too high, but it's just a supply and demand thing, and all I'm doing is pumping the stuff out of the ground, and everybody wants to put in their car so they can go on vacation with their kids, but they hate their kids, and I'm responsible for it. You don't know me! Nobody has ever talked about an oil executive that way ever in history.
No.
Empathy is not one of their primary stereotypical traits. It's the opposite.
No, they're heartless bastards.
It's the opposite. Can you get Dick Cheney on the phone here? Dick, I got a plan.
Dick Cheney's secretary said, deal with the fucking teenagers yourself.
Yeah, right?
She didn't even bother him. She said they're fucking teenagers. I'm not bothering Dick Cheney with this.
All right, what the hell was I thinking about? All right, kids, why are we stopping at this bridge, oil executive? All right, so he says, okay, I'll think about it. And they leave. And later, and then we cut to some indeterminate time in the future. Seems like a while, because Uncle Joe's super duper gas mart is looking pretty shabby. That's the first thing we see.
It looks like it's been hit by wastelanders.
Yes.
Yeah. Like the vultures went over there and kicked the trash cans over a couple of times.
Don't go inside, Hal, to fix those cars. There's clickers in there. Shout out to The Last of Us. But yeah, no, it's a fucking wasteland. And across the street, Uncle Joe is now managing that place. Yeah, because the previous man, Mr. Friendly's wiping windows and shit. And the kids pull up and they're like, yay, everything worked out. And I'm like, I don't think it did.
So he's working for the man now, and you guys had a really profitable towing and mechanic shop, and you just said, okay, whatever, let's go to the beach.
Uh-huh. And Uncle Joe's
by the way, I don't remember seeing Hal in this scene.
No, I don't.
So he's still over there, trapped in the garage.
Yeah, with the clickers.
No, he was in it. Because they can't be in these situations and not completely coupled mathematically.
No, that's true.
Yeah, but they're still hanging out with the vultures, and the vultures have apparently turned a new leaf. Now they're good guys.
Yeah.
But they let the very successful gas station just crumble away so that Uncle Joe, who still owns that property, mind you, can work for about, well, this is 1979, probably about $16,000 a year. Great job.
Yeah.
It all works out.
What would happen. When they explained to him that offer, he's like, Vulture's still running the tow truck and Hal's still in the garage? Yeah. Okay, I'm going to call somebody else for gas.
Right.
You don't even need to come with the titties anymore. Like, if the tow truck and the garage are going, I'm sound as a pound. There was a kid around there. I'll have him sweep.
Yeah, no shit. Free labor. Oh, my God. Damn it. That's it. That's the questions. All right, that's the movie. On to questions. Mine were what happened to the mob guys. We figured that out. Joe's gas station, I guess, just crumbles away and further urban blight. This is the start of it, 1979. What is this, Detroit? Is this filmed in... Oh, it's filmed in Sacktown? Oh, yeah. There's
Sacramento.
There's a lot of urban blight in Sacktown. Because of this. Because of decisions like these. Anybody else got questions?
We answered them as we went.
Jackie?
They're idiots.
They're idiots.
Was the answer.
No.
Okay.
This movie is not complex or weird.
All right. Well, I got one. Pumping gas is like, I hate it. I hate it real bad. And I can't wait. I never realized how much I hate pumping gas until electric cars became a viable option. And now that's all I can think about is never pumping gas ever again. Like, oh my God, I fucking hate gas. Every time I go there, I'm like, this is a fucking stupid experience. I shouldn't have to fucking do this. And it's so mundane and dumb. My question to you, it's not sexy. It's not. But what is the most boring hot girl's profession that you could think of? Like if they were to make something blank girls movie sequel to this, what would be something more boring and mundane than pumping gas?
Revitalizing the American education system with the mobile bikini library.
The mobile bikini library. Now, I'm curious how this would work. Because now we're on to something.
It's like a mobile library, only the ladies have bikinis.
Okay. Are they still like the sexy librarians, or do they get new dumb chicks to come in?
If they were smart, you'd get the librarian shtick going, but these are just bikini ladies.
The glasses, the hair pulled up, and the sensible shoes, but bikini.
Yep.
Bikini in between. I think this is a great idea, Sam. I endorse it. Jackie?
totally mundane.
Mhm.
Sign spinner.
Okay. It's a little bit of an exciting job. You're out with the
hard
people.
work.
It's hard work. But you're getting a tan, and you're tossing that thing around and probably listening to tunes. I think you can do more mundane.
A waitress at a place that sells
Chicken wings.
chicken wings.
A waitress at a place that sells what, Jackie?
Chicken wings.
Yeah, no, okay. All right. That's pretty mundane until, that already happened. I was thinking grocery bagger. Like, that's pretty boring.
Bikini baggers.
Oh,
that would suck so bad.
They wouldn't do a good job.
It's cold in the grocery store because of the food.
Uh-huh.
I mean, it's just, oh boy.
God damn it. Well, I can't.
Bikini
Paralegal. Yeah, that's a good one. God, I just had one. I can't even think of what it was. But anyways, yep. All right. There's not a good sequel here. The sexy lady library, and I don't want that to be a movie. I want that to be a thing.
The Bikini DMV.
That is the most boring. That actually, oh my God, but the ladies that work at the DMV.
Yeah, that's the best part. You can't just bring in bikini ladies. It's just you're now the DMV's forcing swimsuits.
Ooh, and the men have to wear Speedos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And put it on the flip side as well, like Willie Loman in a bikini, like your door-to-door knife salesman. They, bing bong. We don't have these anymore, but if you did, and you open the door, there's some dude in a Speedo there with a knife set, you'd be like, ah!
Yeah, they do. They have the door-to-door is still alive and well. It's just now the door-to-door is they come to your door and they try to take all of your bills and make it better and just go, ignore the profits behind the curtain.
Yeah. Bug removal and solar panels. That's all we get.
Yeah.
All right. Final recommendations. I'm going to go first. In no way did I enjoy this movie, not even as a titty movie. I freaking hated it and was bored the entire time, and I hated how blatantly stupid it was. This is a 3 out of 10 for me. Ugh. Jackie?
If you're at home and you have the flu.
That's the flu pick, huh?
But
everything is a flu pick. Like, it doesn't matter. You have the flu. That's the thing. You're having fever dreams. It all works out. Everything is a yes if you have the flu.
Yeah, but with this one, you could have some really great dreams because there are a lot of titties in this movie.
Yeah, but... Okay, so... But if you don't have the flu, Jackie...
Then don't do it.
Okay.
The jokes fall flat, and it's just too fucking weird. Like, the cutscenes and the whole plot line, it was just like, oh my God, I'm so fucking bored.
Yeah. A lot of filler. Sam.
I can't really even say if you're going to do one of these just filler movies that Animal House spawned, you've got Malibu Beach, Van Nuys Boulevard, this one, and Hots. And I think that in order of bad to almost good. I don't even know if I can recommend Hots. Can you recommend Hots?
I like Hots. I would.
Okay.
I think we should do it on the
Hots
show.
is okay.
Prove me wrong.
But none of them are Porky's Revenge of the Nerds or Animal House because those movies had writing.
Yeah, I get it. But then they wouldn't be on this podcast, Sam. So
Exactly.
Yeah.
But this is a weird moment in history where, I can't really give this one a due. I can't give Van Nuys Boulevard a due, and I can't give Malibu Beach a due. I guess I could give Hots a due. So don't watch this, watch Hots.
Okay. That is it. Next week on the podcast is Jackie's pick. You got one queued up?
What was that movie you kept referring to? Coffee?
I don't know if you're going to find Coffee.
Yeah, I don't know if it's Coffee streaming, but I'll allow it.
Okay.
If it is.
I'll look for it and see if it's streaming. If not, we'll probably do that one that we looked at. The torture chamber of
No, we're not doing the torture.
Fine.
It's just a fucking boring, shitty... No. Yeah.
Well, then, to be determined.
Yeah, do some homework. coffee or homework. All right. You guys have a great week. Enjoy your I hope you enjoy your Labor Neighbor. And don't go to Burning Man, and get to the chopper if you're at Burning Man.